Hi, Daniel.
Hello.
Thank you for finding some time today to talk to us.
Thank you.
Before we start, can you tell us a few words first about yourself, about the company you founded? Maybe give us a bit of a history lesson about cyber threat defense.
Of course. So I'm Daniel. I'm the managing director at Cyber Threat Defense. Cyber Threat Defense is a cybersecurity company which was founded 7 years ago, and it was founded from passion and from the perspective of the market, which we saw that it's in the need for cybersecurity services and technical cybersecurity service, not only the checklist when it comes to cybersecurity. So it was founded 7 years ago, and it started as a penetration testing company. Then it transformed with a more advanced palette of services towards research and development for companies which are now in the industry where AI, for example, is becoming bigger. So cybersecurity is following the same trend, as it's an imperative need of this kind of services in the industry.
How do you see the world has evolved from this perspective in the past 7 years since you founded the company? Are we living in a cyber warfare? Do attacks happen all around us, or is it just a perception that people might have on this issue?
Let's put it like that. When we started the company, we started with one service, doing penetration testing. Now we have a palette of 25 services under cyber threat defense for cloud, for migrations of cloud, for mobiles, for infrastructures, for AI, LLMs. So it has advanced immensely, and this is only from past 7 years. From one service.
Some people say that the future wars will entirely be in the cyberspace. How do you see this happening with the advancement of AI? Do you think that we'll see maybe, I don't know, robotized armies that can be hacked by opponents if they are not well prepared?
I think everyone is running to create the product with AI which combats all of the threats in cybersecurity. But now the threats are coming from AI, so I think the next step, and I think the final one when it comes to this specific industry, will be that AI will combat AI with AI forces, and only engineers will only validate certain attacks, but the creation of the attacks, the scenarios, I think it will be from the AI itself, which combats the AI threats.
What is something that companies do not get about the current situation in cybersecurity? Is there something that you might let them know that could help them better prepare for the coming years?
I think they do not get clarity, first of all, because there are so many vendors in cybersecurity, so many products which kind of does the same thing. And usually for a company, for an infrastructure, we have like 20 vendors, 20 products, which they are not aligned, so they are not getting that clarity when it comes to cybersecurity.
So what can do companies proactively to avoid being targeted by cyber terrorists? Is there something that they can prepare in advance? Is it enough in the current day scenario just to wait around until somebody actually targets you?
No, I think the market, I'm talking, let's say, in countries where the market and the specific cybersecurity industry has evolved, I think they are more prepared. Regulations are in place, and they have, for example, what I saw recently, there is a certain segmentation when it comes to IT and cybersecurity, where in the past it was like you barely find one company which have them segmented. So now they understand that they are different departments and they have different worries to have.
When it comes to cost, is it more expensive to counterattacks, or is it let's say, is it more expensive to intervene after something happened, or is it more efficient to do preemptive stuff before it actually happens?
Of course, that's a good question. So basically, if you're preparing, I know that it's a cost. It can be a cost because you're not creating an application, you're not creating a building. You're paying for an insurance and you hope for nothing to happen. Basically, it's costly, but it's not as costly as if you have been hit, for example, with a ransomware or a malware, because the cost in that case would be much, much, much higher.
Where do you see the trend going in the coming years? Do you see a rise in the terms of the number of cybersecurity companies, in terms of tools, in terms of capabilities, where will the challenge be for the foreseeable 2 or 3 years?
So for companies which are consuming cybersecurity services, I think they are more towards products. They would like to get something out of, and they don't necessarily need to have a service, consultancy service around cybersecurity services. As long as we are not going to medieval age, let's say, with some wars, if technology will go up, cybersecurity will go up, and it will be quite a competitive, but in the same time it will be some, I would say, monopolizing vendors, cannibalizing each other and creating some monopoly when it comes to the services.
Thank you very much for the time today, and hopefully we'll get the chance to see in the future if what we have predicted today will happen. Hopefully not everything negative will happen, but we'll be a little bit more prepared.
Thank you very much.